forward together is an alliance of community activists, trade unionists, elected representatives and concerned citizens. We are all committed anti-racists, determined anti-fascists, and resolutely anti-this government and its kick-down policies and economics. This dreadful pandemic has impacted all of our lives, but it also provided an opportunity to reset the dial and make our lives fundamentally better in a number of ways. The pandemic has made the argument for a single-tier health system, free at the point of use, crystal clear. Instead, government policy of putting private profit before public health has continued throughout. The impacts of COVID on us all are increased because our government has run down our public health system to favour private health for years. That they continue to do so, and in fact use the pandemic to further enrich the owners of private hospitals, is disgraceful and must be resisted. We already had a housing emergency, which, instead of resolving it by building public housing, government used it to further enrich the property and landlord class. Before COVID, government sought a return to the era of tenements, with their co-living plans and the use of public land for further private profit on sites such as O'Devany Gardens. Any hopes that the pandemic, with its social distancing and working from home requirements for many, would change this approach to our human right to housing. The government has resisted this change. They are pushing ahead with their co-living plans, regardless of the pandemic. They continue to advantage private greed over public need in housing. We must fight back. The pandemic shows who the real heroes at work are. And they aren't highly paid bank executives, stockbrokers, or financial experts talking down to us all. They are shelf stackers, cleaners, nurses, porters, checkout workers and hospitality staff. And this government allows them all to be treated disgracefully. This government misuses all of these workers and provides the legislation for employers to freely abuse them too. It allows workers such as those in Debenhams to be stolen from, despite the example of Cleardy's before them. It allows our heroic workers have their contracts rubbished, their job security made wafer thin, their hours made precarious, their tips stolen, and some even have to fight for a basic toilet. Our workers are our heroes, and we demand they are treated as such. Ireland is considered worldwide to be a grubby little tax haven for the super rich. The richest corporations in the world funnel their profits through us, the Panama of Europe, to avoid paying tax. That passes the tax burden to our workers, our consumers, our families and our communities. Our essential public services are far inferior to our neighbours in France and Germany because they collect taxes justly, while we punish Irish workers, consumers and small businesses to give free rides to the richest on the planet. It's time the 99% fought back. These issues, and many more, will not be solved by struggling people kicking down on other struggling people. They are not caused by colour, race, ethnicity, gender, sexuality or religion. They are caused by a privileged, protected elite kicking down on us all and using our different colours, backgrounds, ethnicities or belief systems to divide us. We are opposed to that small group of loud, aggressive and angry citizens who are doing the work of the elite by setting struggling people on other struggling people, poor people on other poor people, and disadvantaged people on other disadvantaged people. History shows us that when people are divided according to race, colour, religion, ethnicity, gender or sexuality, that extreme right totalitarianism triumphs. Once this happens, these regimes don't behave fairly. Instead, they eradicate freedoms of speech and movement. They behave violently against their own citizens. And they concentrate wealth, privilege and power in even fewer hands. We live in an era where the President of the United States is promoting militias to keep him in power if he loses an election. Speaking openly about refusing to leave office and adding to his terms beyond that provided for in the relevant constitution. This man is a misogynist, racist, billionaire tax cheat. Yet some promote his hate speech as a way to address the legitimate hurts and concerns we all feel. This is not the way forward. The way forward is through respect, empathy, enlightenment, democracy, and coming together to push up for real lasting change. Don't kick down in anger. Push up for change. Reject the policies of hate. And instead, let's go forward. Together.